Welcome to an unexpected Plex Unraid video. I'm Joe with Techternative. Today we're going to just walk through or fumble our way through if we can import our old Plex media server information from our TrueNAS to our Unraid. The reason I didn't even think this would be a possibility prior to this was because TrueNAS Plex runs as a jail on TrueNAS, whereas Plex runs as a Docker on Unraid. So I didn't know if there would be some issues with even transferring it. But I said, why not make a video? Why not fumble our way through? And let's see. I don't know. The worst case scenario is we have to just kill the Docker on Unraid and rebuild it. And we just have no history of what we watched in the past. So I'm just going to walk through what Plex has for its support. And let's just see if we can get it working, right? So it's basically we had to take the old Plex database from our TrueNAS and place it into the directory of the new database in our Unraid. So I don't know. We'll see if it's if it's easy. Let's just get over and let's start doing this. So just does a couple preparation steps. So we already installed Plex Media Server on destination. I have Plex spun up here for IceFlix. Let's go to Manage Server Settings. So this is just, so this is the only one here. So let's see, they want us to go to disable empty trash. I don't even know where that is. Yeah, I don't know. Empty trash automatically after every scan. Is that what we want to turn off? Yeah, okay, found it. Okay, so it's in library settings. So settings, library, and we don't want empty trash automatically after every scan, so we'll save that. Next step is sign out and stop. So we did this, we signed out and we stopped the Plex Media server on the destination server. Exit quit, so no longer copy server data from source systems. You'll want to make a copy of the content in Plex Media server data directory from the source system. So we want to first stop, quit, and exit. And then there's a where is my thing. We'll go FreeNAS. FreeNAS used to be, or TrueNAS used to be FreeNAS. So we're just going to go and follow these steps. Jail root, media Plex server, and see if we can extract this data. So that's the next thing. So let's go over to TrueNAS. We'll just exit that and we will stop this plug in. Make sure it's stopped. Down. Okay. So let's just SSH into TrueNAS. Let's just do the IP address. Enter the password. Inside of TrueNAS, inside the jail, we will go to the mount point. And then we want the Plex root. So we'll just copy and paste this destination into TrueNAS. So CD into that. Let's do a ls. Plex CD Plex media server. ls. Was it plugin driver support? Okay. You want to make a copy of the content in Plex media server data directory from the source system. Think we want to replace this data. So we'll go, let's CD into this media server, do an ls. Let's compare and contrast. We want to copy all of this over to Unraid. Let's just try using rsync then, yeah? Yeah, okay, that's a good sign. I'm It's copying over the data, so let's just wait. Okay, after, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes ish, the transfer to Unraid from TrueNAS's Plex server, all the metadata and everything here is finished. Let's reboot the Plex media server. Let's log in and see if anything changed. I'm hoping that some of the watch time and things of that nature are there. Let's launch the GUI. Unable to connect. Okay. So it's been about like 2, 3 hours of just the most fiasco thing that could happen. So, long story short, I rebooted Unraid. My flash drive failed. So I tried to reimage it. Long story short, I had to go get a new USB, but you can't transfer any of your config files. So I had to purchase a Unraid license. So we're on an Unraid license now. But plus side, I believe Plex is working. So let me show you. So the issue we were facing is when we went to click on web UI, it just wasn't doing anything. So basically, I just made a dummy change on the Docker. So I went into the Docker container and I basically made this a host, applied, and then I went back and just put my new connection type in here. I probably could have got away with maybe changing one of these variables and just reapplying because it just respins up the container a little bit more appropriately, I think. For whatever reason, it just didn't want to allow me to log in. So not even log in. It wouldn't even try to get to the IP address. So after that, I came in here and I do see all my old data. But if I go to play any of those, then I can't play any of that media. So now I'm just editing and adding in a folder for all the TV shows and music and things of that. And then I'm going to attempt to watch a show. If the show works, I'm going to let this spin around and then I'm going to let it spin and do all the things that it needs. As far as I can tell, just copying over to the Docker container where the app data lives was good enough. There was a couple, one or two tweaks where I had to come in and do that dummy change on the Plex Docker container itself to try to get that working. So if you do see the error where you can't web GUI into it from the Unraid dashboard, then I would just make a dummy change to the Docker and then try going into the GUI after that. Yeah, I already shut down my TrueNAS. So I'm going to go ahead and try to play a movie. I'm not going to show any of that because I don't want to get hit with any potential copyright issues. So it's playing a movie. So that's good. I think for the most part, Plex migration is complete and I didn't lose any of my data. So now I can see, bandwidth, CPU, RAM, but I also have me, how many hours, how many TVs, play history, top played, all the things. So it gives me 90 days, last all time. Looks like started it back in 22. This server. So all the history is here, which is really cool. It really wasn't a hard move by any means, right? But we just did a rsync command like we did when we migrated the data from the TrueNAS share over, and we just did it from the TrueNAS server itself over to the Unraid server itself, essentially. So if it wasn't for the flash drive issues, I think we would have been just fine. But I think because of the flash drive erroring, it would have been better. So 8 out of 10 would recommend if you're migrating Plex. But if you're not migrating Plex, then the other video for the initial setup is all you need to do. This was just to migrate the data over with it. So all the old histories and stuff like that. So if you found this helpful, if you found me fumbling through some of the commands, because the Plex documentation isn't the greatest, right? So this is just one use case from TrueNAS Plex to Unraid Plex migration. There's a bunch of different ways you can run Plex, but this is just for that migration. So if you found that helpful, please like, subscribe. If you guys noticed anything in your experiences doing the same things, let me know. Follow me on the social medias, comment. I'll still do a follow-up video in about a month of how I'm liking Unraid, and if there's any need to go anywhere else, I think we're going to be good. I think I'm going to scrub. I'm a little nervous about scrubbing the old TrueNAS hard drives, but I think we'll do it, and I'll make a video on scrubbing those and getting those onto the array at that time. So that'll be an extra 12 terabytes of data into my array. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.